What is going on YouTube? Hannah back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, as you guys can tell by the title, we're going to be covering a very interesting question, not something I feel like many people want to know about, but we have to discuss what would happen if XRP Ripple lost the SEC lawsuit. I find this to be a very interesting topic, something that not many people really want to talk about because it's it kind of makes you feel a certain way, but it's something that I think we should address, play the devil's advocate, consider the options of what would happen if Ripple lost, and what would happen to cryptocurrency as a whole. Otherwise, if you guys are interested in learning about this, definitely make sure to stick around, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. Hopefully by the time you see this, we are over 50,000 subscribers. And yeah, let's jump into today's video. All right, guys, so a quick refresh. A couple of days ago, I'd say about a week ago, maybe 2 weeks from when you're seeing this video, we put out a video you can see on the channel here, basically talking about if XRP Ripple wins the lawsuit, this is what we should expect. We talked about prices going to $12, maybe $9 to $12, somewhere in there, seeing what could be maybe 3% jump or a 3x jump compared to what happened with Bitcoin and crypto, as Bitcoin all-time high was 20,000 and then it went to 2020 in 2020 it went to $60,000, about a 3x supply jump. And what we would see is, maybe since XRP has been suppressed for so long, probably the same thing would happen if XRP actually wins the lawsuit. We would see maybe a 3x jump, 4x jump, maybe $9 to $12 in price. But I guess let's jump into the nitty-gritty of today's video, discussing what would happen if XRP lost the lawsuit. Now, I definitely want to put out this disclaimer here, and I'd like to think that I'm definitely I'm not a person that's smart in the jurisdiction of law. I've had a lawsuit myself. I understand slightly how it works and stuff like that, but I'm definitely no expert in law in any certain standpoint. But I would assume by now that if XRP or Ripple or Brad Garlinghouse or any of these big directors of the company saw which way the market was moving to, or the way the sentiment was moving to within the court case, they would probably assume to settle. And I feel like that's what most big companies do. If you know you're losing a case or getting close, your best bet is probably to settle outside of court. Now, I don't know. Obviously, you have to have two ways to settle. Obviously, the SEC is going to have to agree to settling with XRP outside, and XRP would have to probably pay some substantial amount of money. I mean, I'm not entirely sure how much they owe, but let's just Google it really quick. SEC suing Ripple for how much money? We can get that general understanding, and I'm sure it's a lot of dollars. Yeah, it's a multi-billion-dollar lawsuit. Yeah, it says XRP over 7 years, they $1.3 billion ongoing XRP sale. So yeah, they'd probably have to settle somewhere close to that, a couple $100 million just to make up whatever the difference is that they'd come to agree with. And that's only if the SEC wants to settle on this. They do not have to. They can take this full thing to court. As with my own court case, if I did not want to settle, which I didn't, they would have to play it out in court. But obviously at some point, the SEC is probably going to want the money. I don't think they want to make an example of XRP, but then again, the way the markets have been playing out and the way this SEC has been unraveling, it seems like that's exactly what people within the SEC want to do, is they want to make an example of XRP because they have their own bags within other cryptocurrencies like Ethereum and Bitcoin, which were declared not securities and just virtual currencies. So it's interesting that they're choosing XRP as the main thing. But as far as I understand, it seems like the SEC court case is doing very well. It's not actually doing bad. It seems like the Ripple case is there's more favor with the XRP case and people that back the XRP case over the SEC, and it seems like they're doing a really good job of beating the SEC right now. So it seems like the odds are for XRP to win and against the SEC. So I'm not really worried about them losing, but we have to cover the fact that what happens if they do. So I've pulled up a few articles that I kind of want to cover with you guys and give you my opinion on here. So I have the first one, which was an article by Finance Feds, which says SEC versus Ripple. What if Ripple Ripple loses the lawsuit. And I find this quite interesting. And I'm just going to scroll down because some of this is kind of just, to extend the length of the article. But it says, so to answer the question, what if Ripple loses? No one knows besides them, but relocating to a friendlier jurisdiction is most likely to serve the interests of the XRP holders in such a scenario, which is interesting too, because I would gather they're referring to the major holders of XRP, not really on our level on YouTube, but it says Brad Garlinghouse, Chief Executive Officer of Ripple Labs, has recently told CNBC's that there's really a misunderstanding of how these techs can be applied. In the US, there's been a lack of regulatory clarity, and that's very true. Other countries, G20 markets, they've invested the time and energy either through legislation and rulemaking to provide the clarity and certainty, which allows investors to participate and entrepreneurs to build. But for obviously the US, trying to redefine laws that were developed in the 1930s doesn't seem like it's something that really has been developed that well, and they're kind of developing it as the court cases proceeding, and it doesn't seem like it's working in the SEC's favor, at least in this lawsuit. But as you can see, it says XRP is an open source tech, as we know, but the SEC is making the assertion that these are investment contracts, that Ripple sales of XRP to our customers is actually an investment contract. That isn't true. If you buy XRP, you don't have ownership of Ripple. And ironically, if you have XRP owners, you have XRP owners who have tried to sue the SEC for even bringing this case. While regulatory uncertainty prevails in the U.S. for the time being, the IRS wants to get paid. And this has sent jitters within crypto space, and as usual, questions about security and privacy arise. Yeah, that'd probably be the biggest thing, that if XRP actually loses the case, it wouldn't be on a level of just XRP. It basically means that any cryptocurrency arising within the space that the SEC doesn't like, they can target them and sue them and probably win, because they would have won the biggest XRP cryptocurrency lawsuit that there is right now. And it would cause a lot of problems for these other cryptocurrencies, or at least cryptos that are coming to terms, because, if you're doing something illegal, or, this wouldn't be illegal, but they're trying to figure it out. But if you're doing something illegal, you don't want to necessarily grow an audience, because it's going to implode. Like, if you're growing an illegal audience, the bigger you get, the more attention your business is going to get, which is what you want to do within marketing. Obviously, you want to grow a business and get it bigger, because then you get more clients and you build your space. But in something like this, you don't want to grow your company that large, because you're going to start getting unwanted attention from, as you can see, the SEC. So if XRP loses, it's going to send a message to all major cryptocurrencies that have similar utilities to XRP to basically stop, or not, or keep yourself private. Don't make yourself anonymous. Don't put out registrations in your country. Become an anonymous crypto, like so many cryptos are, and don't put a face to it. And you'll probably have a better case of being hidden than XRP is, which decided to put a face to cryptocurrency and a face to XRP. So that's my opinion. It goes, if eToro, which was one of the first to offer access to crypto markets since 2013, which is crazy, we've been partnered with them, now has 20 million users, has added AV, compound urine. That's irrelevant from the article. That's funny. But continuing there, basically seeing what else we have, I pulled up this too, which I found interesting. This kind of talks about the subject that I was mentioning earlier today, but it basically says, I pulled up an article saying, what if XRP loses its securities? Can someone with real legal knowledge speak to what it would mean for the Flare network, which is irrelevant? That's not necessarily something relevant, but if you look in this Reddit forum, it says, I expect that Ripple and the individual defendants will settle, because the legal elephant in the room is that they have benefited from controlling the vast amounts of XRP and effectively selling it. And the reparation will be to remove some of those ill-gotten gains who received the fine. And then everyone will continue happily feeling that this is at least the financial unfairness has been evened out a little bit. So that's kind of what I was referring to earlier, that the unfairness would be that XRP, Ripple, the company, would have to pay a large, substantial, like multi-million dollar, $100, $400, $800 million settlement with the government, because they just want to be paid. The SEC just wants to be paid. But we'll see if they're taking this personal and want to set an example for XRP. So it's going to be interesting to see how exactly it plays out. Obviously, there's really one of two options. Either they lose, and it has a really big detrimental effect for cryptocurrency as a whole and the price of XRP, obviously, which I'll talk about in a minute, or they settle outside, it gets brushed under the carpet. And honestly, if XRP settles outside, I think the price of XRP will do fine. To be honest with you, people will buy the rumor and sell the news. and we'll never get an answer. But that literally just means that now the SEC knows that it can sue all these other utilities and get money that way by collecting off of a settlement. They just know that they're going to lose because of this one, and they'll settle outside and they'll get a big, fat stack of money. So there's really two options: either they settle, crypto prices are fine, people buy the rumor, sell the news. We'll probably see XRP go up. And then other cryptocurrencies will have to kind of watch their backs moving forward. And then now what would happen if they actually continue it and take it to court and lose in court? That would be even more detrimental for XRP, but that's what I have this article pulled up for. Basically saying the short-term, intermediate, and long-term for XRP would be this. The odds XRP gets delisted on the SEC developments are low. The new represents, in my opinion, short-term noise as far as price goes. I do think it would underperform for a while longer. Market participants are very concerned about the XRP SEC news and possible delistings, and we've seen a lot of top buyers. That would also be a big thing. You'd probably see almost all of the relevant cryptocurrency exchanges, at least within New York, that have bit licenses, and some of the ones that are trying to really be public with it, like Kraken, Gemini, Coinbase. All those big ones that aren't anonymous will obviously continue to delist XRP, and they won't want to have anything to do with it because that would be an even bigger problem, and they just would rather not list it than deal with all the problems that come with it. But obviously, you'll probably still be able to trade XRP on some anonymous websites out there. But then it says a diversified crypto services provider. So the XRP ends up being designed a security. It would very likely render the asset untradeable for most exchanges and industry participants, which is what we said. Basically, all the exchanges would want to have nothing to do with XRP, and that would, within itself, deflate the amount of volume that's being traded through XRP. And obviously, you'd see the price of XRP crap out and probably shit the bed and be floating at the bottom at like 4 cents or 3 cents from now on, which would be great for us because we can short it on Bityard. But for XRP, it wouldn't be that good. But it says that immediate disappearance of a massive portion of market liquidity and participants would cause the asset to dump heavily in price. Exactly what we said. We'd see a big dump that we could short, obviously, on Bityard, which I've linked in the description. But yeah, that's pretty much the outlook that we would see, is a big dump within the price of delistings and stuff like that. And then it says also we could consider the fact that probably Ripple as a company and XRP would probably separate. That Ripple as a company would still be around, but XRP would, they wouldn't want to have anything to do with it. They'd cut it off, and then Ripple would have to change its idea around having a cryptocurrency, because that was the main reason why they were pushing to banks using the XRP ledger and the technology behind it. And if they can't use XRP, I mean, maybe they could still sell it, but I feel like after losing a major lawsuit with the SEC, probably banks won't want to have to they won't want to partner with XRP. But to continue this, to wrap up today's video, it says among the current crop of, it says very few would want to even hold and deal with the cost and complexity of owning and the interactions with a security instrument. That's also what I said, that these exchanges would rather just not hold XRP or allow it on their exchange because of the amount of implications and complexities of trading a security. They'd rather just delist it entirely and not have to deal with it because they have plenty of other cryptos that are doing well. Then it goes, we would see a sharp sell-off of XRP, leading to a massive decline in its price. I told CoinDesk, and it says, did not respond to the press, While institutional investors have lately been dipping their toes in the crypto pond, those large players are generally focused on Bitcoin and Ethereum. The part of the crypto markets that include XRP is still dominated by individual investors. So I guess, nevertheless, the damage would not necessarily be fatal for XRP. There are various ways the SEC could grant special operating conditions or accept a payment of a settlement for Ripple that would dampen the blow, and that'd be pretty much what I was saying, that a settlement would dampen the blow, hide things under the rug. But yeah, it would be very difficult for exchanges to want to trade XRP, and you'd probably see it be delisted from most of them. And then it says this call would eventually allow Ripple to list a traditional stock exchanges. So that's interesting. Declaring XRP as security could potentially have a positive impact on the cryptocurrency's value down the line, not short-term as a crypto. This call could eventually allow Ripple to list on traditional stock exchanges and potentially open it up to a far wider market, which means that there are extremely positive price actions in the long term. XRP, as we know, was developed, blah, 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 blah. Not a single other country anywhere has looked up XRP as a security. You've had countries like the UK, Japan, Switzerland, Singapore all come out to say that things make it clear that XRP is obviously a currency and not a security. Garlinghouse told people that if Ripple, the company, didn't exist, XRP would still thrive around the globe with a couple hundred exchanges around the world, he said. There's over 100 different projects, innovative entrepreneurs here in the US and around the world that are building on top using XRP's blockchain. So yeah, I really think overall, to wrap up today's video, XRP would do fine. Or Ripple would do fine as a company eventually. Maybe in the long term, they could be listed on, a stock exchange and be traded like that, because that would literally mean they are a security. They would have to pay a really big fine. That's expected. And then the price of XRP as a currency would ultimately probably really quickly shit the bed, and nobody would want to trade it, and it would pretty much just fall off. That's one route. That's if they take it to court and actually lose in court. Or if they decide to settle outside, it would lessen the blow, and you would probably still have Ripple traded around, or XRP traded around on exchanges. Maybe it would come back to the market, but you'd probably see a lot of other cryptocurrencies being sued by the SEC is what I think would happen. But otherwise, that's pretty much it. I don't think XRP is going to lose. I think right now they have a really good chance of winning, especially with information about Ethereum and Bitcoin. But yeah, that's pretty much going to wrap up today's video, guys. Definitely let me know what you think down in the comments below. Definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, and I will see you guys in tomorrow's video. Peace.